I learned something recently, and that is there are different realities to certain truth. What do I mean by that? There are different realities to different ideologies or different stance in life. For instance, let's use like the most common, should I say, situation that people find themselves in or people argue about, which is Christianity. We have other religions talk about, oh, this is what it is, this is how it should be. And then as a Christian, I'm like, this is the way, this is the truth, this is the life. And it pains me to my bone when I'm like, why don't you guys want to accept this? Why don't you guys want to know this? And one day, or several days, but one day in particular, I was schooled, or I started being schooled about how that people have different realities to things. Despite the fact that there is one truth, there are different realities. Just imagine, I was given birth to in the other religion, probably as a Muslim or a traditionalist. Do you think it's easy for me to go away from what I was groomed to believe and understand for years, the system and everything that I've been familiar with? Then I would just, because you are saying Jesus is Lord, and then maybe you heal somebody, then I would just say, oh, I'm no longer going to be a traditionalist. I'm no longer going to worship Baal, or I'm no longer going to be a Muslim, or I'm no longer going to be an atheist. I'm going to follow Jesus. I was put to understand that despite me teaching, me explaining, me speaking just like I'm doing now, there are people who won't just get it. The only way you can bring somebody out of a long-lasting system, a stronghold, is through power. Through power. And if you want to even explain this in like a natural point of view for like a carnal, to a carnal man or a carnal situation, let's say in the marketplace or at work, you just got a job and someone has been there before and they've been going through a particular system to do things. There's a work process, there's how they do their stuff and all of those things. And then you just come in as probably the head of HR or operations. Please tell me, you just go there and just bring all your belief system and your process. That's foolishness, actually. That's foolishness to me. Because you have to go there, understand the previous system. Or is this something we can continue doing? Is there a way I can make it better? And even if the previous system is not good or up to par, you won't just say, oh, you cannot just say it's not good, it's not okay. Because there are people who have been doing it and you don't just want to tell them, you guys have been allowing this stupidity for a while. You don't just want to do that. You don't just want to do that. You would go and move smartly, move in wisdom. That is exactly how it is when it comes to addressing certain ideologies, certain situations in life. If you want to try to get someone to see your own perspective, there's a way you go about it, not just ranting and shouting. Let's use what has been happening recently in the world right now, especially in Nigeria, as a case study. And it has been causing conversations, arguments here and there. I'm also talking to myself as I'm talking to you right now. We have issues of maybe female victimization and all of those things. Now, while we all come out to like address the issue, talk about it and all of those things, there are other people, myself inclusive, that I'm like, okay, yes, this pains me to my bone, but I don't think this is the way we should go about it. Now, there was a point in my life, or there was a point where I was like, you know what, don't let me talk about this anymore. And I was using my emotions, actually. Females are being victimized. Please let them talk. They have every right to react however way they want to react. Because if someone should pinch you, you shout now. Do you understand? If someone should pinch you or if someone should hit you, you have to react. Especially victimization. I don't just want to mention some things here, but we understand how grave this situation is. And I told myself, let me also join people to react. And then there was a moment one day that I was like, if I don't actually say or talk, we'll keep at it. And if people don't talk and speak up and say, okay, I don't think this is the way to go about it, this is the way to go about it, people will still keep going the wrong way. And all we will do is just react with our emotions and not be strategic at all. Then I started speaking up. I'm like, okay, speaking up won't just do it. Speaking up won't provide the solution. Shouting, carrying placards won't provide the solutions. Yes, we've seen protests and everything. Maybe people stop working and then maybe the government will say, okay, we will increase your salary to 10%, we'll add 10% and all of those things. But long-lasting solutions. Some solutions that will deal with the problem from the roots. It's not just us shouting and speaking and fighting each other and causing gender war and all of those things. And I told myself, you know what? Anytime I'm opportune to speak about this, I'll speak about it. I won't care about the backlash or anything. I'll speak about it. Will I stop joining in the move? Will I stop speaking up? No. I will speak up and I will also point people to the right direction. And am I also open to more strategic moves, to more wise moves that we can make? Yes. But this is where, based on my study, based on my sacrifice, I'm going to speak about it. And I'm also urging you, if you also have solutions to the problems that we have now. For instance, abroad, they use pepper spray a lot. I don't think that's common here. If you can join, maybe you have an NGO or you have the money, the resources, maybe you buy pepper spray for women and all of those things, aside from just speaking up and not fighting. Then if you feel that there's another, for instance, my own solution to this is love, actually. And I keep telling people around me, I keep telling my friends, I keep posting on my status and telling people everywhere that, see this thing, we should stop fighting with each other, we should stop attacking each other when maybe there is a popular case of female victimization. Instead, the way to address it is through love. Although anytime I say this, people come for me because they think love is weak. Do you understand? And when I explain my own point of view, before I explain all of this with pain in my heart and with disdain and anger that, can't you guys get it? And I say all these things. Yes, it's okay to do that way, but I also have it at the back of my head, at the back of my mind, that these people cannot just get, we have to show them that this is how it's being done. In your workplace, in your family, you tell that, okay, despite the fact that maybe you just got a job now in your workplace, you cannot just change the system like that by going to say, no, speaking up, no. You have to be wise. You have to move softly. You have to seize opportunities to change systems in a very okay manner that won't cause fight or won't make you have enemies in the workplace. Am I saying if you do this, you won't still have any, because there's some people that will not still like you regardless of what you do. But I'm just saying, when you move with wisdom, favor will always be on your side. But if you start doing everything baz booze, you just might not last there. Baz booze solutions don't last. They don't last. And if you look at every situation right now, if you look at any problem we're trying to solve and we use baz booze to solve it, to be honest, in Nigeria here, we're going through a lot in our country. All we've been doing is to talk, post on our status, complain. Even myself, I'm tired of complaining. Like, sometimes I just go off social media because I'm like, we are just talking. How can we change this? What can we do? Like, that thought is in my head. But another person has another reality, like I said in the beginning. And that person's reality is to speak up. So if that person's reality is to speak up, I'm not going to stop the person from speaking. But I would not also limit myself to just speaking, because there are other solutions I have. Since I have those solutions, I'll speak up. The beautiful things we have in the country today are because they made a move beyond just speaking up. People took bold steps to actually do something. People took bold steps to go back to study and say, how can I solve this? The bulb we have today, the lights we have today. I'm sure people were saying, how can we have light? How can we make things better? Instead of us to just use fire and all of those things. Someone went back to say, okay, beyond everybody speaking up, I'm going to go and study how this is being done. I'm sure people laughed at him when he said this is how we should do it, but he did it. So if you're in that situation, maybe you have different realities, but you know the truth and you have a more strategic, wise way to approach the truth and to provide solution. Please, please, and please don't wait for public acceptance. Don't wait for applause. Start doing it now.